morning everyone. Today in this video we are going to introduce you to the new course coded as BPCC 103 and named Psychology of Individual Differences. As we all know that psychology is a study of human behavior and mind. And since we all know that each and every human being is very unique and different from one another, so it becomes important to study these individual differences for psychologists to understand the human behavior. In this unit, we are going to learn about the concepts of individual differences. So let me ask you a question. How do you know that one individual differs from another? Or what are the domains on which we measure these differences? Let me give you an answer. A human is different from one another in the terms of intelligence, creativity, aptitude, personality, motivation, and these domains we are going to study in this course. We are also going to learn about the Indian and the Western perspective of psychology, and we are also going to learn about the concept of self in this unit. Let's have a brief introduction about what are the blocks and the units we are going to study in this course. Block 1 is individual differences, which has 2 units. Block 2 is intelligence and aptitude, which consists of 4 units. Block 3 is Indian thoughts in psychology, which has 2 units. Block 4 is motivation and creativity, which also has 2 units. And block 5 is guidelines for practicals. Moving on to the brief introduction, what are we going to learn in these units? Block 1, individual differences. In this block, we are going to learn about the concept of individual differences. As we all know that the core of psychology lies in individual differences. This block will also answer why of the human behavior. As I already told you, this block consists of 2 units. Unit 1, personality and individual differences. Unit 2, assessment of personality. In Unit 1, we are going to learn about the concept of individual differences and its meaning. And we are also going to learn about the concept of personality, various theories of personality, and how personality is an important indicator which help us to know about the individual differences. Unit 2 is assessment of personality, in which we will learn how to assess individual differences in the domain of personality. What are the different ways of assessing personality, and what are the advantages and limitations of the various techniques that are used to assess personality. Moving on to the next block, which is intelligence and aptitude. As we all know that intelligence and aptitude is related to the educational and career fields. So this block consists of 4 units. Unit 3, concept of intelligence and emotional intelligence. Unit 4, theories of intelligence. Unit 5, assessment of intelligence. Unit 6, aptitude, concept and measurements. So in Unit 3, we are going to introduce you to the concept of intelligence and emotional intelligence. And we are also going to learn about the nature-nurture debate that is going on for so long with regard to intelligence. Unit 4 is theories of intelligence, in which we will learn about the various theories that explains the nature of intelligence. And it will also highlight the traditional theories like informational processing approach and cognitive theories. Next unit, Unit 5, which is assessment of intelligence, in which we will learn about the historical background and how we measure the intelligence and how various intelligence tests came into existence. Unit 6 is aptitude, in which we will learn about the concept of aptitude and how it is different from other measures like intelligence, and we will also learn about its assessment. Next block is Indian thoughts in psychology. As we all know that psychology is very dominated by the Western perspective, but we should also know that India has a lot of knowledge related to different domains in psychology. This blog will introduce us to the Indian approach of psychology. In this blog, we have two units. Unit 7, differences between Indian and Western psychology, and Unit 8, concept of self in Indian thought. In Unit 7, we will learn about the differences in Indian and Western psychology. We will also learn about how Indian worldview is different from Western psychology and what are the scope of Indian psychology. This unit will also explain the roles indigenous systems like yoga and meditations play in psychology. Unit 8 is concept of self with regard to Indian thought. In this unit, we will learn about the concept of self, identity, self-concept with regard to Indian system. This unit will also explain the Western perspective of psychology, and it will also put light on how does Indian family system and their culture influences in the development of the self and identity in a very major way. Moving on to the next block, which is block 4, motivation and creativity. This block emphasizes two main components that describes individual differences. It consists of two units, Unit 9, motivation, and Unit 10, creativity. In Unit 9, we will learn about the definition of motivation, and we will also learn about the types of motivation. This unit will also put light on the various strategies that will help one to increase their motivation. And we will also learn about the theories of motivation, the concepts of self-regulation and self-enhancements. Unit 10 is creativity, in which we are going to learn about the meaning of creativity and what are the various stages of creative thinking and what are the various theories that are related to creativity. The relation, we will also learn about the relation of creativity with intelligence and personality. And we will also learn how creativity is assessed and how it can be enhanced. Moving on to the next block, which is guidelines for practicals. You can read this. Thank you.